Good morning, students. This is Arindam Bag here, and today our topic is good morrow. As you can see in the screen, I have already put that before you. So I hope you can see all the things properly. Okay, there was a little bit of adjustment. So I told you earlier that John Donne wrote this poetry in the year of John Donne. The life of John Donne was from 1572, and he died in the year 1631. That was mentioned in the first part of the topmost part of the text. So you can see this text and this annotations. The entire thing is designed by me, and so the text is on the left hand side. This part, this particular section, this annotation, it's collected and I put it in this way, in this fashion. So might be a bit of you might see things in a you might face some difficulty to see all the things because I need to put all these things in a A4 size paper. So that's why it looks like this. I'm trying to zoom it so that you can have a better look. I hope this will help you. Okay. So first thing first, the title Good Morrow. What does it mean? Today I will cover only the first stanza, and you can see on the left hand side you have this text, and on the right hand side you have the annotations. You can see the numbers also, such as you can see good morrow. There is it is mentioned one as one. You can see here, you can see here. These were actually the reference to this particular section has been given over here. One is here, two is here, and so on. Please watch the things properly. So what does it mean? The title Good Morrow. Good Morrow is nothing but it's a salutation which means actually good morning. So it's a common salutation, but here in this poem it means a spiritual awakening. You can see on the right hand side of the poetry, you can see the text the annotation reads like this, that it is like a spiritual awakening of the poet and to the all-absorbing nature of his love and to a new reality of life. So he has been experiencing new things in his life, and that has been explained over here, and that's why he is addressing to his love that good morrow. It's not good morning only, but also a spiritual awakening. So now we need to go through the text itself. So the first stanza, I'm reading it for you. I wonder by my troth what thou and I did till we loved. Were we not weaned till then, but sucked on country pleasures childlessly? Or snorted we in the seven slippers den? It was so, but this all pleasures fancies be. If ever any beauty I did see, which I desired and got, it was but a dream of thee. So this is the first stanza we have here. So I wonder by my troth. Wonder. The meaning of wonder has been mentioned over here. You can see that's number two. The number two annotations read like this: the poet feels curious what his lady love and he himself did before their meeting and falling in love with each other. So he was wondering that what they were doing before they meet with each other. So that's why he was saying that I wonder why what we are doing before we meet. He don't remember it because life prior to the relationship, life prior to the meeting with his lady love, he considered that part as insignificant. It is insignificant. That's why he is unable to remember what he had done earlier. So that's why he's asking, I wonder by my troth. Troth means here truth. Don't bother about the pronunciation and the spelling also, because it is right according to that age. Right now the spelling and the pronunciation has been changed, and so that's why it it sounds like that. So I wonder by my troth. He was curious uh, what they were doing. What thou means you. Thou means here you. This particular word, you will see the use of this particular word in several poetries. This is right now it's archaic, which means you. What you and I, if you want to replace that, but you need to read as thou, because it is in the poetry. You cannot change the text of the poetry, but yes, while trying to understand the poetry, you can obviously do one thing, that is, you can simplify it. What you and I did till we loved. Yeah. So this is the first line. I wonder by my troth what you and I did till we loved. So what we were doing before our relationship, before our love, he was wondering. Were we not weaned till then, but sucked on country pleasures childishly? So were we not weaned till then, but sucked on country pleasures? Now let us have a look on this particular word weaned. Weaned. That was the spelling of it. So what does it mean? Weaned means here to accustom um, a young child or animal to take food otherwise than by nursing. So basically, it is to detach from a source of dependence. Yes. So were we not weaned, with that means whether he considered that whether they were living a life where they were independent enough to get their food of themselves, but they were still not grown enough. So he considered, were we not weaned till then? At that time, Amra, we can consider in this way, at that time he was unable to get his food or things like that, whether he was infant or like that. He considered that life prior to the meeting is like infancy, but sucked on country pleasures. Okay, we until then we have this reference, the poet reference to their existence prior to their loving each other. The word wind likens their earlier life to the life of the children. It was considered to be the life of the children before the meeting. After the meeting, they finally their spiritual awakening can be seen, or he considered after the life meeting, after the love, after his lady love, he considered to be important. Or but Stockton country pleasures childishly. Okay, we have two references over here: pleasures and childishly. Pleasure, you can see simply country pleasures or insignificant pleasures, what we used to do in our earlier life when we were in the country life, we were living as a child. What we used to do, we used to play in the field, we used to and climb the trees, do things insignificant. Childishly, childishly means thoughtlessly. We did so many things without giving any thought. We used to throw stones to the water without any thought, just for fun. We used to hold grasshoppers, dragonflies, and do our bit of experiments with that. So that means we didn't give it thought that how the other animal could feel in this manner. Whatever we are doing, how they're going to react, we didn't give it a thought. So that's why even if you right now, if you see any children, if you ask that uh, why you are doing so and so, why you are throwing stones, why you are climbing to the trees, why you are digging holes, why you are running in the field, they will not give you any answer. They will be just yes, I am doing, I like to do it. So basically he considers life prior to the meeting with his lady love was basically insignificant for him, and he didn't he was not it was not a serious life. Now after that, I told you earlier that metaphysical this is a metaphysical poetry. So metaphysical poetry has many features, and one of them is also allusion to historical references. It shows they are very much they were like scholars, so they used to exhibit that one also. Snorted means sleeps deeply. Someone, we say in Bengali, what is a nag daki woman. So snorted, we in the seven sleepers dens, seven sleeper, this particular seven sleeper den, you can see it is number 8, and the reference is given over here. What is that reference? It is actually from Gibbons, Edward Gibbons. There is a famous book written by Edward Gibbon, the decline and fall of the Roman Empire. And other text, it was about, there was a story about seven sleepers, which happened to be 250 AD, Anno Dominion. So AD means Anno Dominion, BC means before Christ. So right now we are in 2021 AD. Anno Dominion means after you. After you means Jesus Christ has been considered to be the prophet there, and after that. So that's why it is AD. Seven noble Christian youths of Ephesus fled from the persecution of Decius. So there were seven Christian youths. They have their own religious belief. So at that time, Christianity was not welcomed, and there was a difference, and they were persecuted. So to flee from that persecution, they left that place and they hid themselves in a cave in a nearby mountain. Now, when the ruler realized that when Decius realized that they are hiding in a cave, he gave order to seal off the cave by creating a wall. And there, what happened? Instead of dying there, they fell into deep slumber. Well, that is myth, that is supernatural, something like that. Because the time they were sleeping, it's huge. When was it? The incident happened in 250 AD, and they were kept inside the cave. There was a wall, and they could not escape. So they were sleeping inside, and they were found alive in the year 479 AD. 479 AD. So how many years? How many years after that? That's roughly 229 years after that incident. They were sleeping for 229 years. So that is quite impossible biologically, but still, beliefs are beliefs. You cannot change it. So here it is. They were sleeping inside and they were found alive in 479 AD. Naturally, during that long slumber, they didn't experience anything. They didn't realize what happened around him. That happens with us also. When we are sleeping, every day we need 8 hours sleep. When we are sleeping, do we feel anything around us? We don't. Do we realize what is going on around us? We don't. So the same thing happened with them also. In this case, the sleep was bit lengthier than the usual one. That was for 229 years. So at that time, the poet compares the state of insensitivity. Now, the to compare the insensitivity, he gave the reference of seven sleepers, and the implication is clear. Their life before meeting each other was a dull, uneventful as a slumber, while they awake to the real joy and beauty of life, while of life only when they came to know each other. Yes, he considered that previous life, before life prior to you, was like a sleep. It was uneventful, monotonous. So T was so. T was means it was so, but this you have reference in 9. What is that reference? But all such guesses, if it was so, if it happened in that fashion, in the way done thinks so, if it happened like this, all pleasures fancies we. Fancies made in a pleasurable pursuit. The poet's implication is that all such guesses will be like fancy. If ever any beauty I did see. So this is like an exaggeration, but you know, it is also very effective when you are in love. To say something like this is obviously will get more attention than you are supposed to get. So if ever any beauty I did see, it has two meaning. You can interpret it in two different way. First is, if ever any beauty I did see, which I desired and got, it was but a dream of thee. That means no matter whatever I've seen in my life, whoever is beautiful in my life, it was just a dream of thee. I was dreaming about you. In a different perspective, it was for sure that Donne has seen so many beauty. Jokes apart, but if ever any beauty I did see. So you have this line number 11, we have this, not line number 11, sorry, annotation number 11, we have the poet refers to the beauty of his lady, lady love. He means that he has not seen any other beauty. um, well, I don't know whether he's saying true or false, but it's a fact that the poet wants to intensify his love. He wants to express in such a fashion that the poet refers to the beauty of his lady love. He means that he has not seen any other beauty. Which I desired and got, it was but a dream of thee. If I get anyone, and if I desired for anyone, it was just you. It was just of you I was thinking about, and it was you whom I got in my life. So that will be all for today. I've completed the first stanza, and all the annotations has been presented to you. I hope that will be useful for you. Thank you for watching this video. And one more thing I would like to say, 50% people, their subscriber, the viewers, I checked that more than 55% people, they are my subscriber. Rest of the people, they are not subscribing my channel. I don't know what's wrong with you, but I do plead to you, please subscribe my channel and help me to grow my channel. Thank you again for watching this video. Please like, share and subscribe my channel.